Hello, everyone. I'm Kalina Bains. I'm just honored to be part of the International Women's Conference. It's just a wonderful time to celebrate each one of you. So I'm not just a grandmother, I'm a creator and editor of the Global Grandmothers Council Network, and I'm a sister. I've got 5 sisters and 2 brothers. So I am here. I've always been the type in the background, wanting to empower and encourage. And so I am a co-founder of the Global Grandmothers Council Network magazine, and I'm just so honored to be able to share this with you. We've got a wonderful group of women, and I just started with the magazine with Maya. I created a newsletter, and then after that I knew that I could do more with that, so I said, let me make a magazine. And so that's what happened. So that's 18 months ago, and we are just so excited just to get this out and share this with the community. We've got so many wonderful grandmothers. And so I am Kintsugi Woman. I'm not sure how many people I know about Kintsugi, but Kintsugi is when something's broken and you put it back together. And so we've been put back together with God's love by healing and doing all of the things that we need to do to nourish our soul, just to become the people that we are. And we've had to go through so much. And I've just done an upgrade of myself, and we've upgraded our soul. And so we have healed, and we're evolving, and we're aligning, and we're, and often so many times we thought we were so broken and we didn't think we could get back together, like Humpty Dumpty. But we're not broken. We've been put back together, and we've been healed, and we are beautifully reborn. It's been like a rebirth, right? That we've just become so much stronger. And it was in this time that I had bronchitis it's almost 2 years ago, that I met with Maya through our social media group. And so I was already part of Global Grandmothers, and then I joined, and I said I'd like to volunteer, and that's when I made the newsletter and started creating the magazine. And we've got amazing grandmothers. They're wisdom keepers, healers. They're change makers, and they're authors, and they've got small businesses, and they've got initiatives that are healing and upgrading in their own lives, right? They're empowering and inspiring. And I encourage you and invite you to join our women's group and to meet all the wonderful, wonderful women there. They're all going through, many of us have just retired, and a lot of us are on a new path, and we're not sure what it is that we're going to be doing. So there's 55,000 grandmothers in 50 countries, and we have an amazing opportunity to be able to share and just to be able to empower. And so our grandmothers, we are sassy and sacred now. We found our voices. We've become stronger, and that's who I am too. I'm a sassy grandma, right? So we've got all these grandmas. There's so many more, but these are grandmas that because of my magazine, right? These are some of the women that have contributed to my magazine. But by being yourself, you're putting something wonderful into the world that wasn't there before. Your voice and your story and your presence, no one else can offer that. So when you stand in your fullness, your fire, and your golden cracks, you give every woman around you permission to do the same. Have you heard that before? I actually had this on my window on my car for a long time. And sorry about that. Anyway, so this is just to remind you, right, that we've got this Hopi prophecy, and it says that when grandmothers speak, the world will be healed. Grandmothers carry wisdom, compassion, and live truth. Their voices are medicine, their stories are maps, and their presence is healing. And this is why our Global Grandmothers Council Network exists. Because when women rise in their elder wisdom, the world shifts, and it does. So out of the birthing of the Global Grandmothers Council Network magazine, my Kalina digital media group, And so with that, I have different umbrellas. And under that umbrella, I've created this magazine. But I also have a digital media company where I create interactive resumes. I have embedded codes I use. And you might be asking, why am I doing this? This is why, because of my grandmothers, because of my mother. This is my mother here in the center, and me on the other side, and then my two grandmothers. As you can see, they're very conservative. I was raised Mennonite. My grandmother here far to the right, she's an old order Mennonite. My father drove a horse and buggy in the St. Jacobs area, if you know that area. And they were very, very conservative. And my mother, when she was a young girl, she was put into an orphanage. And her mother's here beside her, and that's her when she was younger. And the woman far to the left, that's my grandma, Elsie Eby. And she fostered my mother, and my mother stayed with her until she was 18. And then she found her real mom, my grandma, Margaret Quelch Lethbridge. And so I've got my Grandma Leah Menno Bauman. I've got my grandmas here that I've so loved, and they are so precious to me. And I know it's their prayers, their tears, their love that just wrapped me and covered me all these years. So there's been a tug of war all my life. This tug of war between the light and the dark, these two energies, the sassy and the sacred. And now that I'm older, you see more of that. You see more of that in me. And I'm sure we see that in you too, right? And it's just being part of us that's always there. And so if you take a moment right now, just take a moment to breathe. Inhale, exhale, to release and receive. I often send out these Kintsugi nudges. They're sacred pauses. They're just moments for us to rest and just to calm down and just to take a moment for ourselves, because we're all so busy all the time. And with our global grandmothers, our sacred and sassy, my Kintsugi woman, and with my Kalina digital media, I am busy. I've always got lots going on. And so this is your invitation to co-create, to contribute, and celebrate your sassy and your sacred. You belong here, whether you're a grandma or a granddaughter or a sister. I encourage you to join our grandmother circle, to join the Kintsugi and sacred and sassy and our Kalina digital media communities. And just put this affirmation here. I love this. It says, well-behaved women seldom make history. That if we would be silent, if we would be the ones like I was when I was younger, right? We were intimidated. We felt maybe we didn't feel good enough or smart enough or confident enough. And so we have to stand in that power, and we have to fake it until you make it, right? You have to be able to say, I know I've gone through all those other things and I'm strong enough. So start making history. We're making history together with global grandmothers, with my Sassy and Sacred. We are making history. So we have our magazines. I want you to go and have a look and sign up and register. It's free. Our magazines are free at our Global Grandmothers Council Network. And it's just amazing. And my Sassy and Sacred, if you want to go and have a look at that, if you'd like to send and submit an article, I would love you to be part of that journey with us. Right now, my Kalina digital media is offering you a free interactive resume. I don't know if you're starting over like I have with retiring, but if you'd like an interactive resume, I'm offering 20 women a free interactive resume. So it's going to have clickable links, and you can add this to your portfolio or to social media. Also, this is an evergreen content, and it's something that you're going to be able to share on your website. So I will give you an embedded code. You can send that in your email. You can send that on your website. So I'm just offering that to you. So I am Kalina. I am the editor of the Global Grandmothers Council Network. I am Kintsugi Woman. I am sassy and sacred. I honor you, I celebrate you, and I invite you to be part of our community. And thank you so much. Thank you for letting me be here and just being part of this wonderful. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Mayanna. Thank you, all of you, all of the global grandmothers, and for being here and for just letting us just be part of this for 2026.